Sometimes your professor might specify that you use a certain number of academic sources, books, or articles in your project. This video will show you a few quick strategies to try to figure out whether or not a book is academic or not. One of the easiest ways to identify whether a book is academic or not is to look at the publisher. So if this is a book that I want to use, I can click on it, and then I want to go to View Description, which will give me some information about the book itself. Under Publication, you'll see the place of publication and the publisher. So in this case, we see Harvard University Press, which seems like this is an academic book, right? Because it is published by not only a university, but a pretty prestigious university. So often you might see Harvard University Press, Oxford Press, University of Illinois Press. So if your book is published by a college or university, that is a pretty good sign that it is an academic book. Sometimes it's not as straightforward. So for this, if I click View Description, it's going to say published in New York by Springer. Doesn't say Springer University. I don't know what that means. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to Google this as the publisher. And let's see. Global publishing book that publishes books, ebooks, and peer-reviewed journals in science, humanities, tech, and medical publishing. So here we see Springer Publishing is an American publishing company of academic journals and books. So that tells me that it's an academic book if it's published by an academic publisher. So just to compare, if I'm going to search a publisher that winds up not being academic, it's going to say it publishes best-selling fiction, or it publishes works of fiction, works of nonfiction, it publishes popular this, it publishes books for young adults, it publishes professional books. We want to look for that word academic. So if you don't see a university press, it's worth Googling the publisher to learn a little bit more about them to see if they tend to publish academic books. Another option is to learn about the author. So if I'm looking at this book, Glenn C. Lowry, and again, I'm just going to Google him. Okay, Glenn Lowry. Listed as one of his books. He is an American economist, academic, and author. He is the Merton P. Stoltz Professor of the Social Sciences, Professor of Economics at Brown University. So he seems like this guy is an academic. Great. A lot of times, most academics who publish books won't be as well known as Dr. Lowry, so you may not see the sidebar on your results, but if they are an academic or a scholar working from a university, you should see in one of the top results a website from the college that they work at. If you click on it, you see either it's their personal website or you see maybe a biography about them, talking about how they work as a professor and a researcher there. And it looks like he has written several books on the issues of racial inequality in the justice system. So he seems to have a great deal of expertise in this topic. So I would say this would also be an academic book. Finally, the other option is to look at the book itself for information or any sections that might indicate that there was a great deal of research done in this book. So I see these chapters, and then if I go to the bottom, I can look at the bibliography. If there is extensive bibliography for a book, that is a good sign. There may be notes There may be appendices which indicate, okay, look, they did some research, someone did some research at some point. This is sometimes the least straightforward because a lot of nonfiction books that are high quality cite sources even if they are not necessarily academic. So if you are trying to figure out if a book is academic, check the publisher, check the author, look at the text itself. So I hope that helps, but don't hesitate to reach out to someone in the library for guidance on this or any other research-related topic. I hope you have a great day.